When the baby came out, I didn't hear the cry of the baby. I was like, what is going on? Normally, I normally hear that when you give birth, the baby will cry. You will hear the baby cry. The baby did not cry. I had 3 different birthing experiences, even though I have just 2 children as of now. My first pregnancy, I discovered I was getting sick, and I went to the hospital and I was told that I was pregnant. I was happy. I was happy that I'm pregnant, that I don't have to start looking for how to get pregnant or buying drugs when I got pregnant. And I was going for my normal antenatal. On my specific dates, on the specific date that was being given to me, and I was written down on the card. Then, when it got to the 8th month of the pregnancy, I started having pain, stomach pain. Though I was not seeing any sign of water or blood. The only thing I noticed that I was having stomach pain. And I never knew that was labor pain. I thought maybe I had sugar. I had a lot of sugar in me. I've taken a lot of sugar. That's why I'm having the pain. So along the line, I noticed that it was a labor pain. So I couldn't sleep. It got to a point I fell asleep. So it's as if something just tapped me up that stand up. It's time. I was having the pain. I was like, is this how labor pain is? Because when I was pregnant, I was trying to imagine it. That how does labor pain, how do women feel that labor pain? Though I've been going on the net, I've been going through the internet, trying to get the message from the internet. But I didn't get the real picture until that day. Because when the real contraction has started, it was in the midnight. I and my sister was sleeping. So immediately I woke her up that I'm having pain, that the pain is severe, more than the one I was having. Though I've used Flagyl, I was taking Flagyl and paracetamol to ease the pain and headache. So my younger brother called my husband that I'm having pain, and that pain they don't even understand. So he came back with his car to pick me. So he took me to the nearest hospital. When we got there, the nurse checked me. When she checked, the first thing she noticed was that my blood pressure was on a higher side. So it was like, the hospital won't be able to handle this, that I should go to the general hospital. And also, the baby was not in the right position. The baby was bringing its bum instead of the head, because the baby was still sitting, as at the last time I did the scan. So when my husband rushed me to general, but before we got to general hospital, I was already bleeding. I was crying, screaming. So when we got to general hospital, he had to carry me because the mother was there, my mother-in-law. He was like, don't carry her, let her use her leg. That in Yoruba land, you don't carry a pregnant woman. You let her use her leg to enter the labor room, and she use her leg to come back. But my husband was like, no, because I couldn't carry the leg again. I can't even drag it. I can't drag the leg again, as at that time when we got to general hospital. So immediately we got to the general hospital. We went to the emergency unit straight up. Then the nurse came to check me and was like, I won't be able to do this. Like, you have to be a cesarean section. When I had it, my heart was broken. I was just pleading to God that, please, I don't want this. I don't want this. I want to give birth to this child myself. So he went to call the doctor. The doctor was busy. He said, he's coming. That was the only doctor that was available as at that time. because what I was talking about is around 1 in the midnight. So before the doctor came, it seems as if that spirit just came. That urge came. I just felt the urge from nowhere. I told the nurse, I said, "Ma, I want to push." The nurse said I should not try it. That if I should try it, I might die. I was like, I want to push. I feel like pushing. The only statement the nurse made was that, push, let's see what will happen. And just that one push, I didn't push twice. Just that one push, the baby came out. When the baby came out, I didn't hear the cry of the baby. I was like, what is going on? Normally, I hear that when you give birth, the baby will cry. You will hear the baby cry. The baby did not cry. But when the doctor came, I've already given birth to the baby. So the doctor was like, okay, you have to hold on. You still have to bring out the placenta. That I need to push again to bring out the placenta, that I should relax. So I relaxed for some minutes and I was told to push. So when I pushed, the placenta came out. So I was like, I want to stand up. Let me see my baby. The doctor was like, no, that the baby does not have strength. That they've taken the baby to the other section. That they need to take care of me first, because my BP was around close to 300. It was very high. I was like, okay, let me stand up. The doctor was like, no, that I can't even put my feet on the floor again, that I will need to be carried. So I was carried onto the wheelchair and wheeled me back to the ward. In my mind, I was like, my baby is fine, not knowing that the baby did not even make it. And the baby has even poo inside me. The funniest thing, the baby has poo. They have to evacuate the poo. They didn't tell me until later. After a week, I was still in the hospital. I was asking for my baby. Please, let me just see him. Because I was told he was a boy. Okay, good. Let me see him. Even though I can't carry him, I'll be able to see that this is my baby. My husband was like, don't worry. Don't worry. Everybody was just lying. Even my mommy was telling me I shouldn't bother. The baby is fine. That I should just take care of myself first. The day they discharged me, I was like, let me see my baby. I need to see my baby. I need to see him. My husband was like, let's go home first. Now everything will be okay. So when we got inside the car, they dragged me out of the hospital premises and stopped somewhere. That was when the news was broken to me that the baby did not make it. I now felt the pain of a mother who carried the pregnancy but couldn't see the results, to the extent that it affected my self-esteem. Because I was like, how will I face people? When people ask me, where is your baby? What will I tell them? Because I was short of words. I cried. I pleaded to God that, God, please do this for me. I don't need it. This is my first experience. I normally hear it. I don't want to experience this. Why am I experiencing it? The doctor did not tell me anything. They told my husband. Everything was passed. The message was passed to my husband because of my state. Because they believe that if they should tell me that time, I might pass on. So I was not told anything. It was when the news was broken to me, that was when they now gave me the details that this is what happened, that the baby was so weak. That is why the baby poo inside me, even before coming out. So when I got back to my husband's house after some months, because I was staying with my mommy just to heal me up, because the pain was much. The pain of not seeing your baby. I was encouraged by my mother and my mother-in-law. My mother, of a blessed memory, she talked to me. She let me believe that's not the end of the world, that it happens. I just need to buckle up and get pregnant again. A year passed by after the incident. I was looking for baby, no pregnancy. Whenever I see my monthly flow, I break down. That God, what is this? So after a year, like a year, 6 months, so I was directed to a gynecologist. I started using drugs so I can get pregnant, all these fertile drugs. Because I went for tests. I even took myself to the hospital without telling my husband, because it was affecting me psychologically. So I have to go to the hospital, to a private hospital. I told them my problem and I run tests. And I was told that I'm okay, 100% okay, that nothing is wrong with me. Because it got to a stage, my mommy called me. Like all this African mentality, she was telling me that what makes a woman in her husband's house. I asked her, what is the meaning? She told me, children. I told her, I'm not the one making babies. It is from God. And it's not that I just sat down, I don't want to get pregnant again. She was like, no, I need to put in more effort. So I was seeing gynecologist. But later, I found out that it was not working. I was not getting pregnant. I just put my mind off it, and I was waiting on God. So when I got pregnant of the second baby, the memory came back again. I was having that issue that hope it won't be like the first one. I kept on praying to God. So when the day came for my second child, that day I was at home. In the morning, I even ate. I told my husband I feel like eating yam and egg. I was even the one that went to the market to buy the yam myself. I cooked it myself. I ate. I now slept. When I slept, I was like, I'm having stomach pain again. I stood up. I told him, I said, I'm having pain. It seems I need to go to the hospital to check, because my hospital was not far away from my house. So he drove me down. When we got there, they checked me. But before that time, 2 weeks before that time, I was at work. I just felt that stomach pain. I was like, is this baby coming now? I'm at work. I quickly went to the hospital. I was checked. They told me it is 2 centimeters, that I will give birth maybe in the next 2 days. I said, okay. I went back home. 2 days passed, 5 days. I went back to the hospital that I'm not seeing anything. No. They checked me again. They said it's still 2 centimeters. I was like, 2 centimeters for a whole 1 week. The second week, I went back again. I went to meet the doctor that I'm concerned. Why will I be in 2 centimeters over a week, going to 2 weeks? The doctor said I should just take it easy. Everything will be fine. That I should put my mind away from my past incidents. That if not, it will keep on coming back. I said, okay, no problem. So that fateful Saturday, I went back to the hospital with my husband. I was checked and I was told that, okay, it's 3 centimeters. That all I will need to do is for me to be doing exercise. I should be climbing stairs. I said, okay. So I started climbing stairs for like an hour. I had the urge to eat again, as at that time that I was having the labor pain gradually. I told my younger sister, please, get me rice. Go and prepare rice for me. I want rice with stew. So she went. An hour again, making 2 hours, I started having that pain, that back pain. The pain is, I can't even explain it. The very sharp pain. I was now pleading, begging my husband, please help me to massage my back. It's as if my back, something is there that needs to be removed. Maybe they should remove my back completely. I was telling him, please. He was rubbing it. His hand was paining him. I was screaming at him, please rub this back. This back is aching me. That's the second one. So he was rubbing the back. When he's tired, the nurse will come, rub my back. When she too is tired, maybe she has been pain in the hand, she will leave me. My husband will come. So it got to a stage when I got to 6 centimeters. The pain was so severe that it's as if I was injected with something like a mad this thing. I was just holding the burglary to the labor room. I was shaking it as if I want to pull it out because I couldn't endure the pain again. The pain was so much because it was so different to the first one I had. I was pulling, crying. I was calling Jesus. That's the only thing. Jesus saved me. Jesus saved me. So I had this severe labor pain from 4 p.m. till 8 in the night. 4 p.m. Very severe one, non-stop. It was not stopping. The pain was not going. So when it got to, I think around that 7:30, they checked me again. I've gotten to 8 centimeters. So I was advised that it's remaining just 2 centimeters. For me to dilate fully, I was enduring the pain. So when it was at some minutes to 8, I couldn't take the pain again. I couldn't. My husband was there. I was like, I want to push. And I want to push. Let me give out to this baby so I can be free from the pain. Okay, the nurse was like, okay, let me set the labor room for you. So she did. They lied me down. They were checking. They were telling me, encouraging me that I should wait some more. I said, no, this pain is not something I can even endure for a second again. I want to be free. So the next thing was that I told the nurse, I have the urge to push. I want to push. Let me push. She told me, okay, if you want to push, no problem. As I was pushing, they were telling me, still remaining small. Push again. It got to a stage. I told the nurse, I said, I'm tired. I can't push. I can't push anything again. The nurse was trying. The pain was more that I wanted to close my laps. The nurse was holding my laps that no, you can't close this because of the baby, because of the head. That they can see the head. That I need to push harder. My husband was encouraging me, telling me to call Jesus. But I couldn't call that Jesus. I was just calling J, until that time came that I eventually pushed. So when I pushed, I was like, it's over. I never knew that that was the beginning of another pain. So when I pushed, the baby came out. Later on, I pushed the placenta out. And the next thing, I was bleeding. I never knew I was bleeding. I thought they were trying to clean me up. But when I saw the doctor was now took something like a needle, I was like, what is going on? And he now told me that I was bleeding, that I need to relax. And that type of tear I had was of 2 types. The only one I was told about was the cervical tear. I had the cervical tear, which means they have to patch up that one before doing the outside one. I didn't understand it until when they started bringing this this pad for a nursing mother. I just saw that the doctor was dipping the pad inside, bringing it out. Immediately you bring it out, blood will be soaking. That is when I know the meaning of bleeding. The only thing that came to my mind that time was like, is this how I'm going to die? Because the pad they used, the pack, was like two pack. They were opening it, putting it, bringing it out blood. I was just asking God that, is this how I'm going to end my life? The first baby, I couldn't carry. The second one that I had the cry, now I'm bleeding. This went for more than 2 hours. were trying to stop the bleeding part of it. I was so disturbed because I was like, is this how it's going to be over? So I won't be able to carry this baby. So the doctor started stitching it up. It took him more than 2 hours because the pain was much. Immediately he put the needle like this, I would scream as if I want to give birth. Even my younger brother thought I was trying to give birth, not knowing that the baby has even come. I was screaming, shouting. When he did the first one, which is the cervical tear, he now told me that I need to relax again, that is remaining the last segment. I was like, no, that I don't think I can do this anymore. He said I need to, because I had a major tear. So he patched it up. After patching it up, another thought came to me that, God, how am I going to sit down? Because this thing is painful. How will I sit down with that stitches? So I braced up myself. And another experience I had was the breastfeeding part of it, the first breastfeeding. I felt the pain. When I felt the pain, I have to cry. That God, is this what mother are facing? To the extent that when I saw my mother, I knelt down for her. I was like, Mommy, thank you for bringing me to the world. It is not easy. So, after giving birth, I now had another issue. Maybe some months later, I was now having heartburn. Anytime I breastfeed, I'll be having this sensation, this hot sensation. The serious one that it lands me to the hospital back. I went back to the hospital. I was admitted because I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything and I'm breastfeeding. So after that second experience, my third experience was a pleasant one. It was even different. It was different. When I got pregnant, after 2 years, I got pregnant again of my baby girl. That day I was at home, I was sleeping on the chair. I just had that pain. And I told my sister, please, it seems I'm having pain. Let me start going to the hospital. They should just check. I will be coming back home. She was like, okay, I will accompany you because my husband was not around. I was like, I will trek down just to do exercise. They won't ask me to be climbing stairs. When I got to the hospital, the nurse checked me. The nurse told me I was 8 centimeters. I look at the nurse, 8 centimeters. And I was not having that pain I had for my other boy. He told me I was 8 centimeters. Very soon, I will give birth. And to God be the glory, between 30 minutes, I gave birth peacefully. I was not even asked to push. I told her, I said, I want to push. The nurse was like, okay, let me come and check you. As she was coming, the water came. The water even splashed on her, and the baby came. She was like, oh, wow, this baby came very, very easy. Very, very, very easy. And I was so grateful to God that I know that giving birth is a good thing. And you having labor experience is a good thing because it will make you cherish your mother more. You value your mother more when you have the experience, when you know what mother are going through, even to bring you to this earth. Even if they don't take care of you, bringing you to this earth, it has to deal with their life. It's a life-threatening situation whereby you don't know, maybe you will make it or you won't.